Welcome back. The first 2 of 8 suspects appeared in Douglas County Court this week to face accusations of convincing an elderly inmate to write thousands of dollars in checks.
Yeah, the investigation started back in January when staff at Omaha Community Corrections Center were informed of inmates taking advantage of another prisoner who had declining mental health. In a medical evaluation, it was revealed the 71-year-old man had advanced Alzheimer's. Investigators say the 71-year-old was convinced by multiple inmates and their outside friends to write checks totaling more than $12,000.
This week, Delaney Burgraff and Sherry were both charged with conspiracy, abuse of a vulnerable adult, and theft by deception. 5 additional inmates are expected to face the same felony charges.